He wasn't on the line anymore, and he was just upset.
Shout out to Rams getting 2-2.
So we're probably in milk. We're both in milk at the same time.
Just go.
I'm gonna DJ.
Not really out of me call side tickets.
Wow.
See the game.
It was pretty much everything we saw. What happened?
What's good? Man, we'll have to be there. He's like, you have to be here in a week. There's a cutoff for like an after go for
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reupload podcast. This is episode 22. God, it's already been 22 episodes. Kind of crazy. Today is another episode, and today's guest is my friend. I've known him for a long time, Andreas Fragias.
Hey guys, how are we? Hope we're all good.
Yeah, you want to tell the world? Fuck off. Dirks is in the background. He's being a scumbag like usual. Do you want to quickly tell everybody about yourself? Maybe, I don't know. Just break it down.
Yeah, I'll break it down. So I'm currently 20 years old, studying at university, playing football on the side and working on the side at Woolworths.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a dark store is, right?
Yes. You always try to explain it to me, and it still doesn't stay in the memory every time.
Everyone assumes it to be like some sort of a drugstore because they hear dark and they're like, oh.
Secretly it is. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Basically what a dark store is that it's like a warehouse style like shop. So it's like you go down to your local, say, Woolworths, right? Like everything's laid out like it would be, but there's no customers allowed on the site.
Yep.
And there's like, we have to go around basically packing the thing. So you order something online, I have to go around and pack it. That's what a dark store would be.
How do you tell me about some of the hours? Like we were just talking before, how you were saying you're packing stuff till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, basically
It's
like
insane.
when I first started this job like Woolworths, I started around when COVID was really starting to rise up, when lockdowns were pretty much people had to stay at home, so they couldn't go out and shop. So basically the hours would increase. So before I started working, they used to finish at like 11 because no one used to come or no one used to order online. And then once people had to order online, it would go up to almost like 3 or 4 in the morning. I've heard almost 6 a.m.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Yeah, because you started when we were at also, if you guys didn't know, I went to the famous Notre Dame. Andreas was there with me. It's not very famous, but
Yeah, I know, the infamous Notre Dame.
you started when you were there, if I'm right. I think I remember you saying you got the job maybe, I think we were still in person, maybe?
Yes, basically I think it was like week 3.
Week 3.
It was in a tutorial. So basically tutorials and lectures weren't on the same. It was one on Tuesday, one on Thursday.
Yeah, well, I remember, that marketing class we're in was, oh God, I think it might have been the same day.
Maybe, I'm not sure about
Anyways.
I got, this was like a few days before, I got a email from the company I applied to, which was Woolworths.
Yeah.
And they said, you've been selected for an interview, come in at, I think it was 12. And the tutorial we had was around like 2:33.
Yeah.
So I quickly had to get on a bus, rush to the store, and then come back. And then I was there and I was like thinking to myself, oh, okay, like I'll just sit there. Like I went in, they were super friendly. They were like, oh, just take a seat here, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Like it will only be a 10-minute wait. Half an hour later.
Oh my God.
I was just there and I was thinking to myself, oh, like, what if I say something like bad? What if I mess up?
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, like I could see there was another girl beside me. She was probably a bit older than me. She was she was shaking. She was
really?
like, I was just like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, I think surely what are the chances we won't get it? Like, and I remember the first thing I went to, like she walked in before me and she came out of it and she was like happy. She got the job like straight away. I was like,
really?
oh, okay. Like maybe there's hope.
Yeah.
So I walked in, I'm expecting to see like some, like chill guy, not chill guy, but like your average typical boss.
Yeah.
Probably one of the strictest faces I've ever seen.
Wow, really?
I was like, oh no, here we go. And then like he sat me down. But no, he was actually one of like the friendliest bosses I've ever had.
That's good.
He just had like the people that have the very strict
face. Yeah, of course. What is the interview for Woolworths Dark Store? Because it's not like you're going to talk about previous work when you've packed boxes before.
It's basically just like your work availability.
Yeah.
Like what you can offer, like your typical like.
What can you offer, mate? You pick up boxes? That's about it.
If we employ you, what will you bring? Typical stuff. And he said, oh, like, from your resume, like I like you, like you've got the job.
Yeah.
And I remember I went back to university and I felt so happy,
No, that's good.
even though like I was like, oh, tutorial late, like I can't be bothered.
Yeah, fair enough. How do you feel about university?
I like university in the sense that like it gives you something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's obviously, it's a bit of stress. Like
Yeah.
it's like a stressful version of school all over again. But like I like it in the sense it's very diverse. You get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Yeah.
like, you're with the same people like over a 6-year period.
So we wouldn't be friends with people from Penrith if it wasn't. Sorry guys, phones are being called in the background. Seriously. We wouldn't have been friends with people from Penrith, and you know who we're talking about. If you know who,
Oh yeah.
she might actually watch this for once.
I think so. Oh, she'll definitely watch it.
We'll see. And with that, one thing I've been big on asking people on the podcast is with university is if you went back now and knowing about how realistically you don't need a good ATAR to make university,
Yeah.
would you have studied as hard to get into the university? Or would have you studied harder? Like what would have been your mindset during like the HSC period?
So during the HSC period, obviously everyone's mindset is, some people have like a set course. Like, so some people might only want a 50 ATAR to do a bachelor of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Others might want a 99 ATAR to do as many options as they can.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you constantly set yourself just on like one thing, so say bachelor of like business at whatever, you need a 70 ATAR. I feel like it's good to get a 70 ATAR.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I was to go back,
Mm-hmm.
I would really push myself more, even though like, you don't need an ATAR, but it really helps you because you have more options.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like obviously it's not be all end all whatever if you say, get a 60 ATAR.
Yeah.
And you needed a 65 to get into your
No,
course.
of course. What degree? Don't tell me. It's psych. I'm so bad. You tell me all the time and I always forget what it's called. It's not politics because I've said that, but it's psych something, right?
Yeah.
It's
Bachelor of Arts in Applied
psychology.
And
Oh, you told me like 45 times.
begins with a B.
Business.
Bravo.
Every time I forget it as well.
Nah, it's all good.
So what is it? So so what do you want to do with that degree?
Personally, I want to try and get into like more the business side of it. Like
Yeah.
the side of thing. Like I like marketing and all that sort of area.
Yep.
Because I don't know why. Like in business study, did you do business studies in school?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
had a terrible rotation. Not going to say names.
Yeah, I like the marketing like side of the business more. Like I like that
Yeah.
creative side.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the psychology part, it's just good to because I feel like especially with all the COVID pandemic, I think a lot of people have learned a lot about like mental health, and I feel like it's good to have that.
Yeah.
As a sort of secondary study.
No, it is. And what with mental health? Are you like? Is that like a big focus of yours? Is that something like mental, physical health, and then like with, say emotional health, for example? Like, is that something you value a lot?
Yeah, definitely. Because like a lot of people, you hear about it now, like they try and devalue their mental health to make themselves act like they're a lot stronger. Or, nothing's really bothered. When in reality, it's like it can get to you on a mental space.
Well, how much you have to manage with your obviously your soccer, which if you don't know, Andreas plays a high level of soccer for the regular person. And then he's obviously got your work and then you have university, and then obviously there's always family and friends you got to manage. Mentally, how do you manage everything?
I feel like you should plan it. Like you shouldn't really like a lot of people are like, how do I say it? Like they run into things straight away. And I'm saying that isn't a bad thing. Obviously, like
of course.
Like you're young. This is the perfect time to have fun, go out, party. But I feel like you should also take a bit of time out for yourself. And when I say like take time out for yourself, not take like an hour out and then just get back in it, but like do activities you enjoy. So I remember I went with my best mate down south.
Marky, LA, brother.
We went for like a little day trip down to like Gerringong, Wollongong. We went
all the gongs.
Yeah.
You got a bit of gong?
Yeah, I think so. And then we went to this place. It's called Berry, and they have like a donut van.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a very, very good van.
Yeah.
Very good donut van. I recommend. And then
shout out to Berry's Donuts.
Shout out to Berry's Donuts.
I have a mate I have a friend named Berry, so it'd be funny if she saw that. Anyways, go on.
And Yeah, basically it was nice to just take that day off and, go down south and just relax, I think you saw on my story, nice little beach we went to.
Yeah, yep.
There's a funny story behind this. We went to the like rock cliffs part, and we were just walking around the rocks.
Yeah.
And as we started doing that, the waves started really coming in because the wind was coming towards us.
Yeah.
And the waves were getting bigger as usual. So the water kept thinking over there, and it was like coming in the tide.
Yeah.
So we thought we were gonna get trapped there. So we had to run across the rocks.
No way. Oh
But
man.
back onto mental health.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good to have those days off to really sort of get your mind back in focus. Like I know a lot of people that like to travel, or they like to go out and party or club, and I feel like everyone has their own preferences. Like some people choose whatever, others whatever. But I feel like a lot of people underestimate that. Like it's really good to take time off for yourself, because I feel like once you like get into that phase of relationships, marriage, etc., it's quite rare you get a lot of time to yourself. So you want to really
No, it's a good point. With mental health, did you ever suffer like any like bad mental? Obviously, everybody has suffered mental health. I wouldn't say problems, but anxiety. Not even anxiety, but you had suffering. But what was the best way? Like, were those the best strategies you thought when bouncing back, like to clear your mind and stuff?
I think the most anxious I got was probably, or like most time mental health.
You don't
was
have to go into
tested.
specific, yeah.
Oh yeah, most time mental health was probably tested was during COVID.
Yeah, obviously.
Naturally, like everyone, I feel like, and I'll tell you why, because the routines that you get into, like I sort of had my semi-routines, like I go to uni on certain days, I meet up with certain people.
Yeah, of course.
And you get used to it. And
Mate, I miss our buddy fucking uni lunches are the best.
Yeah, like uni lunches
all time.
And then I feel like once COVID hit and, you couldn't do a lot of the things that you could do.
Yeah.
It sort of tests your health, like mental health. It tests you, like, how do you respond? Like, I thought, are we going to be in lockdown for, like, the next year? Like, because you don't really know when.
No one knew.
And then I feel like it taught me a lot, like, how to, deal with issues that you could get, like, through COVID. So, say, like, anxiety through, like, is this lockdown going to end? Or
Yeah, of course. What was the biggest thing you learnt from? Obviously, there was a lot of negatives in lockdown and COVID, but like, what was something like? Did you have any positive? What do you learn from like that experience?
I learned that you shouldn't take things for granted.
Yeah.
Like you definitely shouldn't take friendships. Even like I was lucky because I could still work during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because my shift was at night and I was considered an essential worker. But like a lot of popular cafes around my area were forced to close because they couldn't.
Everywhere. Yeah, I didn't work for 6 months maybe in the first one.
Yeah.
6 May. I don't know. I lost a lot of work. A lot of work, and obviously and then I couldn't get COVID payments in the first lockdown because I didn't qualify because I had all those. It was way more specific with qualifying. The second one I got amazing money like everybody else.
But no, I think it just teaches you, like, you shouldn't take a lot of things for granted. Like, if you have your opportunities to have fun, like, or you have your opportunities to do stuff, you should definitely take them.
Yeah, no.
I feel like as well, it definitely taught me, like, spending time with family. Like, obviously, like, everyone varies because some people live in, one-bedroom units. They've got 4 or 5 people living in that. So it's obviously very hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like because our LGAs were definitely tested a lot. Like,
were you? What are your Bayside, right?
Yeah, I was Bayside.
So I was locked down. Remember the second one, we were locked down straight away. You guys didn't get locked down to the next day, which was I still don't get why because you live like 10 minutes away from me. But
yeah, no, it was definitely very testing. Like especially when it was you could only go out for 1 hour to do.
5K rule killed me.
Yeah, exactly.
We all broke it though, like at some point. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I broke it a lot of times.
I haven't told the story often. I drove out one of the last week of lockdown 2. I was like so sick and I just wanted to get out of like Sydney, but not Sydney. Get out of the suburbs. I drove to Mossman to play basketball.
Oh jeez.
Because I don't even go to Mossman regularly. If you call me, I'm not going to Mossman on the regular day, but I just was like that. Like, yeah, I need to get out.
No, I feel like
you're locked in your house for so long, like you need a break.
Exactly. Like it's more just like you're not doing things that you enjoy.
Yeah,
it really like things you're like, when am I going to be able to do this? When am I going to be able to start doing the things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that tests your health or mental health a little bit.
Yeah. No, you're 100%. Yeah, you're 100% right. Let's continue the mental health thing. Well, this is not really mental health, but like that sort of area.
Mm.
So, if you don't know, Andreas is a non-drinker, which is quite rare for this podcast, but that's fine. Why is that?
Personally, like, I wouldn't say not so much a non-drinker. Like, obviously,
You just don't drink often. It's more of a...
I don't drink often.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I've never really enjoyed, like, this is just me personally.
Yeah.
I don't judge people that drink, but, like, I personally don't like the taste of beer. I don't know what it is. I just don't, like, it doesn't, like, appeal to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is fair enough.
And, like, I feel like in Greece, a lot of, like, times you won't see beer as, like, a main drink.
Ouzo, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm drinking
a lot of like Greek places or Greeks, what they do is like they do similar things to a beer, but not like straight beer.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's how I was thinking when I was in Europe as well.
So when you're in Greece, are you in your element? Is that when?
Yeah.
Is that when we say
That's exactly
party frage?
No, like obviously, look, if I'm out like at a night out or whatever, like I will have like the occasional shot or two.
Yeah.
But I don't like getting myself like too drunk because I feel like you do too much stupid shit when you're drunk. And like obviously you're young and it's like but like you got to learn from it in that sense. Like
what happened there? No, we're good.
Okay.
That was weird. Just go on.
Yeah, no, like obviously like I see why people do it, like because like it's fun to drink, it's a good social thing, but like for me I don't know, like I've just never been too much of a heavy drinker.
Yeah, which is fair enough. Shouldn't have seen me or Dirks on Wednesday. William Durkin, you hear that, mate? Wednesday.
You should have seen you at your birthday party by the speeches, bro. You were gone.
Mate, I haven't even spoken about that yet on the podcast, I think. We can go into it later.
We can go into it later.
No, well, we just spoke about Greece. So where, if you didn't know, Andres is Greek. If you can tell by the last name.
Yasso Levendis.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever that means. So, great. So where's your family from in Greece again?
So my mum, she's from a little island it's like south of Greece. It's called Crete.
Yeah, Crete. Oh, Crete.
Yeah, Crete.
Oh, the mum and dad are going there.
Oh, they'll have a good time, I'm telling you.
So you got Crete, yep. And then what about?
And then my dad's from Kefalonia.
Where's that?
It's like north. It's up top of the Greece. Like I don't know how to say it. It's like in between. I'll show you on the maps after this.
Yeah. So as some of you know, I am going to Greece in. Oh my god, I'm gonna be there in like almost a month. I think I get there like 28. I'm in Athens and Kazi. So, as being the one of the go-to Greek men in my life, what do you recommend in Greece? So, like, if I'm planning a Greek holiday, this is for everybody because everybody's going to fucking Europe. It seems like it.
Yeah.
What would you say? Where would you say go to? Give me a couple places to eat at. Say a couple cities to go to, a couple islands to go to. And just go for it. You have a week. Let's do it. A week plan. So you have a week in Greece.
A week plan.
Yeah.
Are you with people or are you by yourself?
Let's say I'm with say I'm with two mates.
Two mates. Okay. What I would recommend, right, depending on it doesn't really matter where you start. Obviously, you got to look at the architecture in Athens.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So
that'll be breathtaking. I feel like as well, you'll definitely notice the difference between food places.
Yeah.
So for example, like when you go to Greece, you want to try fresh, authentic food because I feel like
100%.
a lot of food in Mediterranean, like for example, if I told you to think of like the first Greek food that pops to your head, what do you go?
Oh, I have two because I love Euros or Spinikopita.
Yeah, Euros and Spanakopita.
Spinikopita is amazing with feta.
Exactly. No, but the freshness and like the difference, you'll definitely tell.
Yeah.
Because what happens is a lot of the Greek animals are eating the Greek herbs, Greek grass.
Yeah,
so you definitely will taste the difference.
There's a lot of farms in Greece.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah. There you go.
And then party-wise, definitely just any nightclub. Like there's no specific nightclubs. Obviously Mykonos is like well known.
Oh yeah, who doesn't know Mykonos? Every second Instagram picture, it's someone at Mykonos every time.
I feel like...
Is it worth the hype, you would say? Like, would you say to go to Mykonos or just...
I would say go if you haven't gone. If you haven't gone, like if you want to experience what it's like. But I feel like, I don't know, you can't really get sick of partying. Like,
no, you can't.
But like, you get too used to it. And you want to, try somewhere else.
Is it as bad as like people say with like the underage, like how you can pretty much get in everywhere at 16? I've heard people getting it.
Well, what's the difference between getting?
Yeah, no, but like without IDs and stuff. But still with here, a bunch of 16-year-olds really to get in clubs in Sydney. We all know that, but they have fake IDs because all they're females.
I feel like, I don't know. It just depends on your security guard, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like a lot of the security guards are fine. I don't think you're gonna have any problems. But obviously, try not to turn up too drunk.
Yeah,
obviously. I think they'll like. Obviously, Greeks are quite flexible, but
yeah, I would imagine. What's something? I'm trying to think what else. Great. I want to get all the Greece stuff done. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I got another one. Okay, so a bit controversial.
Okay, go.
Favorite Greek dish and drink.
Favorite Greek dish and drink.
So this one's got you thinking, eh?
This one's actually got me thinking.
This one's got him thinking.
See.
So I haven't gone to the questions yet so far.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll say this.
Yeah, tell me.
If I have to pick one Greek dish.
Well, actually, do one. Okay, actually, do me. If you're going to take me, so in Sydney, you're going to drive me, and I just have to be in your car, and we're going to go eat and drink at this place. And then also, then I need to talk to you about another place, which I think is the best Greek feed in Sydney. And then in Greece, so if we're going to go 5 minute Greece, first thing we eat.
First thing we eat.
So do the one in Sydney first.
All right, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
You tell me. Just do a dish.
For breakfast.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna do one for each.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So, breakfast.
Yeah.
Right. I would recommend. It's like a scrambled eggs dish.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to think what it's called, but basically what it is, it's scrambled eggs, right, with grated tomato. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you dice the onion, put it in the pan, right. Then once that's cooked, add a bit of like vinegar, clove of garlic. Right? Yeah. Just a touch of vinegar, not too much. Yeah. Then you grate your tomatoes. Yeah. Leave the skin out. Yeah. Pour it in. Yeah. Cook all the water out. Yeah. Right. Then you add your eggs. Mm-hmm. And then you grate in some feta. Oh. Right. Feta's like a god's gift. Yeah. So god's good, gift. Mate. Right. And then once you do that, cook it all together. Yep. Put it on a fresh like sourdough bread, whatever. Right, that is a Greek breakfast. If you don't eat that tomorrow morning, you idiot. Okay, and then what about okay? Say we fly to Greece. Where are we going? First place, anywhere in Greece. You tell me. Anywhere in Greece. Where are we eating at? All right. Well, for starters, I would take you to Crete. Crete, yeah. Because I think you definitely are actually even Athens. Crete, it's between Crete and Athens. Okay, do me Athens because I'm going to go to Athens. All right, I'm going to do you Athens. Mum's also in the office. Mum, listen, this is where the first place we're eating at. All right, well, I don't know any names by like, I think it's been a while. But, yeah, you're good. I would definitely recommend a nice seafood place near the water. Seafood place near the water. Hear that, everybody. Seafood place near the water. Because... Yeah, tell me. They make it like they catch their fish fresh. Oh, really? And they take it straight to the thing and then catch and cook. Yeah, catch and literally, cook. That's madness. Okay. Let me see what else. Okay. Then this is the place I recommend in Bondi. Bondi. It's called It's the place. It's across the road from the Bondi Hotel. Mm. It's where the public bar was. Mm. I can't pronounce the word. It's Tissi Patas or some shit. Type it up on your phone and I'll tell you. Everybody wait, seriously. It's like Tissi... I hate that. I don't know. Oh, Topikos. This one. Let me have a look. Topikos. 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 Yeah, Topikos. All time. The best Greek food in Sydney, in my opinion. Yeah, this is alright. I've had this before. Fucking sick. Good cocktails. Mate, I could have been so blind. Dirks is doing a lovely move again. There's one place I would recommend. Tell us. Well, there's actually two places. Tell me. A place called Yamas. Sounds familiar. Where is Yamas. It? It's in like near Newtown, I think. And then there's one called Corinthians. Yeah. Where's that? It's in Newtown as well. Yeah. Greece and Newtown. Newtown's just got some weird shit there. Yeah, no, I know. Have you been out to Newtown on a night out? Not on a night out, but I've been out there before, and it's a very weird place. It's a very odd place. No offense to anyone living in Newtown. One of my good friends lives there. I don't think he's not living at the moment, but he was. Yeah, it's a very odd place. Yeah. But anyways,
Let's move on to what was it like growing up in a different country? So if you guys didn't know, Andreas has a couple passports.
Yeah, I've
Passports.
got a couple passports illegally. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's legal.
But, so basically, I have an English passport, an Australian passport, and a Greek passport.
So that's like pretty, like, you've got like the god tier passport.
Yeah, I've got the god tier.
My dad's, can you not? I'm trying to film a podcast. Sorry, it's just interruption in the office. So you got 3 passports. You can pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah, or not.
Well,
anyway,
not.
But like,
The Greeks don't. Well, they had problems. They're all right now though with everybody.
yeah, they're all right now.
English is.
I'm able to get in either way.
Yeah, you can get in there. So, what was it like growing up in England?
It was quite.
But what you remember, it was so long
Yeah,
ago.
like, all right. So basically, I'll explain it. Basically, I was born in Australia.
Yep,
So a lot of people think like, oh, I was born in England. I was born in Australia.
I knew that.
Yeah,
Good friend.
and I moved to England when I was probably 1 year old, I'd say.
Yeah,
And then I moved back here around like just before year 5.
yeah.
So in my time in England,
Yeah, we're going for a beer.
I'll tell you what, it's actually very like, we grew up in a little, so the way that we do it, or the way that I should explain it,
Yeah, tell me.
how we have like Eastern Suburbs Council, like Randwick City Council,
Yeah.
all that. We have counties,
Yeah.
like districts. So we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like Buckinghamshire, Yorkshire, Lancashire. So for me, I grew up in a little town called Little Chalfont in Buckinghamshire.
Is this in London?
It's about half an hour from London.
London. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was only about one train ride into London.
Oh, okay.
So probably, I'm trying to think the best way to describe it. I would say like not like a Western Sydney area, like in that sense, but like it was around the same time. Like say it would probably take about from the city to like Bankstown probably.
Okay.
It would take around the same time.
Yeah, so not too bad. What do you? What's something like really different? Like, let's say okay, going from primary school.
So primary school, I went to
Do you remember what it was called?
it was called the Russell School.
The Ross. Oh, such a dead name. I thought we were gonna get some like Sir Richard Public School. I think it's some like British stuff. That'd be funny.
Some Brixton town.
Oh,
Nah.
fucking imagine.
Nah, because I'll say the main thing probably
Yeah.
the architecture and the structure of buildings.
Yeah, it's much
It's a
better
lot
in
of like
England.
a lot of brick houses and everything like that.
Yeah.
Definitely the temperature.
No, it's always cold, eh?
You know what? In some places it actually gets very hot. In the summer it does get quite hot.
Did you experience snow when you're?
Yeah, we did. It was very fun.
It's crazy, yeah. You go from here, the coldest it ever gets here is like 10 degrees, and then what's snow in England?
Yeah, in England it would
Insane.
get to like minus something degrees.
Yeah.
And I remember some days we weren't even able to go to school because the snow would
Well,
be
they would cancel it because wow.
Yeah, like you know how in some places you hear like, oh, there was
Yeah.
snow outside, you can't go to school.
Yeah.
That's how it would be like in there.
Were you shoveling the snow as a little man?
Yeah, we did like, our family used to do a lot of like snowmen. We used to do snowboard.
Oh, really?
Like it was fun. Like
Yeah, that's cool.
anyone that's been to a snowy area will tell you the same thing.
I've been to New York, and it is bloody freezing. That's all I can say. Well, then, what was it like? We'll get back to England, but this is one question. We spoke about this.
Yeah.
What was it like you're an English kid, even though you're born in Sydney?
Yeah. I didn't like know that I was born in.
Born-
Like my parents never
really?
until we because I just assumed I was born in England.
Yeah, but what was it like being an English kid and then coming? I don't remember you having an English accent in year
Yeah.
5, but like, what was it? You would have had an English accent, I would imagine. What was it like going from that into Sydney and going straight to Waverley?
See, I went to
Well, pretty much
Australia.
Waverley.
I went to Australia on a holiday for about a few weeks, like before.
Yeah.
Like in 2007, I came back because we had family, like still
So
here.
you're 6, yeah.
Yeah, and like I still remember quite a bit of it. We were living in a place at Hurstville,
Oh, I got it, Hersey, mate.
and I kind of like could tell the difference. Like it was a lot more like, how do I say it? Like not boganish, but like you could tell the accents were very different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people picked up on my accent straight away.
Yeah.
Like I remember me and my mum or whatever, we'd always be like walking out. I just hear pommy, and I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah, I thought it was funny, but
Yeah. Okay, so we spoke about a couple things. We were talking about England. So how was I think we went into how was it moving from England to Sydney and then going pretty much. Did you go straight to school? To Waverley?
Yeah, like, oh no, I went to so I'll explain it. So basically, I didn't know that I was moving back to Australia. Like,
Yeah.
my parents were always like saying like, oh, we're moving like home. But I thought we were just moving like across country or something like that. Like, I didn't know. And then my mum said like, oh no, we're like, I'm leaving school. Like, I'm leaving like England as a country. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, where are we going? I was like, oh, we're going to Australia. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And I was like, I didn't understand it too much. Like, I knew that we were moving, but I didn't know like it would have been as far as it was.
Yeah.
Like when my mum said we're leaving, I thought we were moving to like a country like an hour away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like I didn't know. And then like, obviously, yeah, like it was sad. Like I said my goodbyes to some of my good friends like that I've grown up with.
Are you in contact with them still?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh, that's good.
Contacted with a few.
Tell them my mate Sam's going. I'll go be with him.
Yeah, no dramas.
I'd be mad if you came to England. I reckon come.
I'm planning. I'm planning to go to Europe soon.
We'll go. I would if it's any good, I'll come with you.
Okay. No, that's
Go
the
on.
deal. That's the deal.
Yeah, go on, bro.
So, basically, yeah, like when I moved to Australia, it was a long, like I think it took us like a day and a half to get here, like because we had to.
A day and a half.
Because we had to do intermission stops and then we had to wait hours and hours before we could get on the plane again.
And this was what 10 years ago, 11 years
Almost 10 years ago, yeah.
So 10 years, obviously it wasn't as quick as it probably took way longer
Right, like
on planes.
and then like I remember we stopped at Singapore. Like we stopped in there and I
Singapore's
remember
nice.
just like thinking to myself, wow, like the airport's like looks so cool because we were traveling like when it was at night. So we left England when it was night, and then we got to Singapore when it was at night.
Yep.
So it looked like amazing. I was like, wow.
Bro, Singapore might have the best airport in the world. That's what I've heard.
And then
Go
we got to Australia. I think it was about 6 a.m. Like it was early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I remember we got there, and like immediately like it was different. Like you could tell like the way the people talk, the way like Like I remember we met family straight away. They like greeted us, said hi. What like I remember like I wasn't like nervous. I was more excited. Like I was like, oh, like this is a new life now. Like I got a new chance for it. And, like,
definitely.
I think it was kind of like obviously like Aussies versus Pommies. Anyone will tell you there's like that rivalry. So
Of course.
naturally like since I was Pommy so was my sister as well. We always got like.
My girl Catherine.
Yeah, we always got like notice of like straight away. Like a lot of people were very friendly. Like I thought a lot of people were gonna be like very harsh, like
Yeah.
But no, a lot of people were actually quite friendly.
Australians are pretty accepting of English people. If it was an American, maybe you would have been like, "Oh, are you American?" That's what I always do whenever I meet American. There was this American dude at work I really wanted to take the piss out of, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, just like I don't know. The first first year was probably like getting used to Australian culture. Like I had no idea what like Lavington and Tim Tams were. Like I had no idea what they were. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Australian slang, like I'd never understood it until like I started like learning it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I don't know, it was quite good. We lived with family for a bit. We lived with grandparents, like everything, etc. for like I think almost 2 years it was.
Yeah.
Very long 2 years, I'll tell you. But like pretty much we had 5 of us in one room.
Oh wow.
So it was like
Jesus.
it was like, almost migrating to a country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it seems
Like it was quite an enjoyable experience though.
Yeah.
Like first few years, because like I learned a lot about culture and like how to, not almost blend in, but sort of like I don't know how to say it, but kind of get used to living life in Australia compared to living in England.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously at high school, like at Waverley, I was quite quiet because like I was like, oh,
you were a lot more quiet.
because I'll tell you why. A lot of like people that I knew in England, like they were such good. Like I remember we used to do things like every day.
Yeah.
Like as kids would in UK. So I was very like not shy, but like I was very like, oh, like I don't want to make any new friends. Like I had old friends before. Like
I get what you mean.
So I started getting a bit more social, I think, as I went into it, because I didn't know like a lot of people. Like a few people knew people from like primary school and or if they like moved school in year 5, they knew other people. Whereas I knew absolutely.
Yeah. That was the best thing at Way. I knew going to the junior school. I played footy with about 15, 20, a lot of kids that went there. So I wasn't completely like, oh shit, I don't know anybody. Then one of my good friends back in the day, we were friends for a bit. I don't speak to him anymore because he's a scumbag. I'm not saying names, but some of you might know who it is. Tried to choke me once. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Back to you though. Well, so you're a pretty hard worker. Would you say stuff that happened in your childhood and looking back to your younger self, like that? You know, as I said, don't have to explain it, but like as you said, having to live in one room with your whole family, and then
like definitely. I think our family was very motivated to work hard.
Yeah.
Like all of us were really motivated to sort of like live a better life. Like almost we wanted stuff. It wasn't like a lot of people get like get things and then they live their life in that sense. We wanted to really like work hard for what we got.
Yeah.
So I saw my parents the way they always used to work hard, like in their jobs and everything else, and I thought, like if they can work hard, surely I can as well.
Of course. No, it's
and I think once we moved out of home, it was definitely like a stepping stone. Like we went from I wouldn't say it was a bad house, but the living conditions that we were in compared to what we have now, definitely a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah, 100%. And with that, what about like with like, okay, now let's go a bit into the soccer.
Yeah, like the sport.
The football. How do you mentally prepare for like soccer games? Like what's it like?
Obviously like in schoolboy football, I didn't really mentally prepare. It was more like because you have fun with your mates, like I feel like as I started getting higher in years, I started playing higher levels in football. I remember in year 5 I was playing in like the worst team. Like so I didn't really care as much. I was playing outfield just because like I didn't have any sort of ability. And then interesting story, one day like our regular goalkeeper, I can't remember who he was, but he
George, let's call him George.
Yeah, we'll call him George. George was
out.
Yeah, mate. George was out.
Yeah.
And no one else wanted to go in goals, and it was against St. Aloysius. And I remember they in youth years and even in their senior years, they have quite a strong team.
Yeah.
So like naturally, no one didn't want to go in goals, and I was like, I thought like, I've seen a bit of goalkeeping before, like I've done it before, but like never in a game. Like I'd always done it like just by myself.
Yeah.
But I'd never actually like gone in a game and played.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like, I'll give it a try, like whatever.
Yeah.
I remember like it was different feeling. Like I could see the game like differently.
Yeah.
I could like, almost tell people what to do, what to see, like what I see.
Yeah.
I remember they were quite a good team. Even though it was lower grades, like they were quite a good team. They had quite a few shots. I remember I actually made a pretty good save as well, but I think that's where because I kept a clean sheet in that game. It was a 0-0 game.
Yeah.
And I got man of the match, and I was like,
your first ever game as well.
Yeah, first ever game.
Mad.
And I sort of said to myself, like, what happens if I like start training a little bit? So I started like, they did like these goalkeeper sessions for all the goalkeepers, and I started, to learn a bit about.
What's this, year 5?
Yeah, year 5 still. I started learning a little bit like how to keep, how to handle, like hand positioning, footwork and everything. Yeah. And I feel like as I started going on, I started getting not like an amazing, but I started getting very good. It was a slow process, and I remember I even got lucky enough to play one game in second 11 against Aloysius as well.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go.
That was
funny how things work. Eh?
Yeah. And then after school, like funny enough, I was playing like grade cricket with my cousins.
Yeah.
Because like they needed players, and then he just invited me down.
Yeah.
And I remember I played a few games with him, but we were also playing like football. A lot of the boys in school created like their own football team, like an under 21s team.
Yeah, the old boys thing.
Yeah. And we had 2 other keepers, Connor and Sheep.
Yeah.
And naturally, I wouldn't so much say because it was like better. I was better or worse. It was more like a friendship thing. Like naturally.
Oh God.
Yeah, naturally they were first and second pick, and I was third.
Yeah.
And I was in that stage of like, what's the point of me playing if I'm just going to be, third choice? Like,
Yeah.
So I started really thinking about like just quitting football, like
Oh, really?
really,
Shit.
because I thought like because like I went to like another all age team just to get like some sort of game time,
Yeah,
but
to
I
be
was
able to
like,
play,
like what's the point of me playing? Like if I'm not gonna get as much game time.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And that was around the time when Bayes was playing in like a Premier League comp. So the way they do it, they do a bunch
Yep.
of all age comps, under 21s, etc., and then
Yeah.
they do Premier League reserve grade and then first grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the reserve team against UNSW didn't have a keeper,
Yeah.
and I was asked to play that game.
Yep.
Immediately, you can tell the difference in games. Like,
Is it like a big step up, you'd say?
yeah, it's a lot different playing, just average football.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
quite competitive, quite more fast. Like, any level that you go up in a sport, you can tell it's a lot faster.
Do they get paid at that level, or is that the level above?
I don't think so. No, yeah,
No.
that's the level above.
Level above.
But basically, yeah, that was quite a hard game. Like, I remember I played quite well. We won
Yeah.
that game 2-1, but
Yeah.
it was quite a interesting thing. It sort of like gave me that motivation. Like, oh, this is like kind of a level I want to start at. Like, the level I think I can get to.
Yeah, 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 of course.
Obviously, with COVID, like the whole season was a bit fucked. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then next season we played. I played in the Division 1 team.
Yeah, so this is the
Like the division, the
level above now, so you're on reserve
no,
now. I'm
it's
so
the,
confused.
It's the team below reserves, like the team that's just below the.
Okay, it's like third
Yeah.
division.
Yeah, so we'll call it third
Yeah,
division.
okay.
So, I was playing in the Division 1 comp, and like, I felt like I could actually play at that level. Like I felt
Yeah.
I was playing okay.
Yeah,
And I remember I got my first training session with the first grade side. Like we all trained together, reserve grade and first grade.
yeah,
And immediately it was like you could tell the difference.
yeah,
You could tell the difference in level of intensity. Like all the players want a spot in the starting 11, so
Yeah.
they train the way they play.
yeah, yeah.
And it was kind of like, I needed to adjust to that level so much more, like get fitter, get more, faster in my game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like outside of football, like I had a group that I was always training with. These guys had played high level like before. One of them had played Australia under 18s
Oh shit.
in the schoolboy thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
basically like the best schoolboy players were selected
Yeah.
as an Australian thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him at a kick around.
Yeah,
I remember this was just after the first lockdown had been lifted.
yeah.
We organised like a big thing and he was there. And we played like a bit of games. We did a bit of like some technical drills and everything. And he was definitely one of the standouts there, I'd say.
Yeah.
And it was like super friendly. He gave me his number. He said, we should do some sessions more often.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like that's when I really started becoming like, I wanted to do well.
You wanted it. Yeah.
And I remember like I got my first game at first grade level. And funny enough, I'll show you the video.
Yeah.
I was like extremely nervous. Like I was like, this is my chance. Like I've been
Yeah,
working hard to get to that first grade level.
Yep.
Immediately, they were quite a good team. They
Mhm.
were a very good side.
Yep.
Not a lot of teams had beaten them. Like
Yep.
so, it was definitely like, it will be a hard game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember within the first 20 seconds, they had a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was a one-on-one. Like player was running at me. I was thinking, oh shit.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Like any sort of nerves I had just went.
Yeah.
And then he fired his shot and it went wide. And I was thinking to myself, like, I'm literally millimeters away from like conceding a goal. Like
Yep.
I need to just calm myself down, calm the players down. We eased into it. And yeah, like I made a few good saves, I'd say, and I won my debut game in first grade and kept a clean sheet. I think it was 3-0.
Yep.
So from there, I sort of challenged.
So when's
myself.
this? Is this?
This was just before the second lockdown.
Okay, so oh god, I'm trying to get. When did we get lockdown? June.
Yeah, around June.
Well, Durkin, what did you do during lockdown, buddy?
Just train, mate.
Did you, bruh?
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, so in June. Oh, it was June. Oh fuck, 27th or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go into that, and then we go into lockdown. So what?
Yeah.
Soccer wise, we still trying to like find fields and stuff, and like
Yeah.
what we put. How illegal did you get?
So I didn't go too illegal because obviously I couldn't travel into other LGAs. So the main areas where I used to go and train is like the St. George area because there was like a lot more groups there that were willing to train.
Yeah.
The fields were nice, etc., etc. So obviously like not being able to go there was quite hard.
Yeah.
we still kept in contact quite a bit. Like we'd always
Yeah,
send
yeah.
each other stuff just to make sure we weren't,
Yeah.
slipping away.
That's good.
But I actually, the Heffron Synthetic Park here, like it was the only park that I could think of that I could train.
So you have the toughest position being a goalkeeper. Being able to train, you can't just kick the ball to yourself. You can't just practice kicking the goal because you need to practice catching it.
Yeah.
So what did you always have someone like able to come down to the park?
Funny enough, just like as we were getting into like so it was like the 2-week period where it was starting to get into lockdown. And then it got really heavy with lockdown.
Yep.
What happened was I met someone who plays in the first grade side. His name's Charlie. And
Shout out Charlie.
shout out Charlie. And basically he was with his dad as well. I was with my dad and we were just doing like a training session because I was like, 2-week lockdown will be over.
What's Charlie's last name?
Plant.
I don't know.
No.
I know another Charlie.
He's a few years older than us.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically he was there with his dad training. I was there with my dad training. And then we just talked to each other. And then we exchanged numbers and we're like, oh, hey, like, we should do sessions because it's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. Instead of with your dads.
Yeah. And then we just started training, like doing all the basics, like trying to keep ourselves as fit as we could because we knew whenever the season was, it was definitely going to,
straight back into it.
And then I remember as we started lifting, we got into pre-season.
So when we get out of Will Durkin, can you... he's the doctor today. Can you give us the approximate date when we got out of lockdown?
Probably around October, I think so.
Williams left us in red physically. He's searching. Hold up. Wait up, guys.
Searching.
November.
Was it November?
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
We started in June.
Everybody go give Will Durkin... Was it Will_Durkin1?
Something like that, mate.
Something like
Give him a follow.
Anyway, so yeah, we got straight back
So
into...
we're in November now.
Yeah, so we got into like a pre-season phase and it was kind of like the whole motivation because first grade and second grade or like reserve grade, we were both in the top 4. I think reserve grade was like second.
How many games did you play before lockdown?
I played a few. I played I think as a club we played half the season before it got...
What's that, like 10? How many games did you play?
Yeah, about 10 I'd say.
10? Yep.
So then we sort of got ourselves a little bit motivated, like, boys, we have unfinished business. We want to try and,
Facts.
Yeah, we want to win it.
Facts.
We don't want to,
I saw you come to a game, by the way.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But,
I know.
yeah, we basically said we want to win the comp this year. We want to, do well.
Yeah.
I feel like that sort of, motivated us even more to train outside because we knew that this next season was going to be a lot more harder.
And you're still playing with the Div 1 team?
I'm playing with the reserve grade and all age teams just to get games.
So a bit of both. Yeah. Yep.
And then maybe sometimes I'll get a bit of first grade action as well if I'm lucky.
Yeah. So you go into pre-season.
Yeah. So we go into pre-season, get our fitness back.
Yeah.
And this was before I went on a holiday. I went on down to Terrigal.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So I went there and just before I left, we got our pre-season draw.
Yeah.
All the games we were playing.
Yeah.
And I noticed one of them was a team that I'd actually heard a lot about. They're called...
Who was this?
Arncliffe Aurora.
Yeah.
Basically, they play in the St. George Premier League.
St. George, yep.
Yeah, and they took a team that was one tier below the A-League. I think they took them to extra time and almost beat them.
Yep.
So, I knew that they were quite a good side.
Yeah.
I think they were undefeated both in reserve grade and first grade. So I thought, that was definitely a standout game.
Yeah.
So I'd heard about the derbies because over in the St. George area, in Premier League level, it's a massive thing for them.
Is it pretty big competition?
Yeah.
St. George?
I think the Banksia and Arncliffe derby, they can get up to 1,000 people.
What?
Because it's for them, it's a local area. They're a community based thing.
That's crazy, bro.
So I knew looking at the draws, I remember we got teams that were top in St. George League, Northern Suburbs Premier League, the Manly Premier League comp.
Yep.
And then we had a local one, Eastern Suburbs one as well, and one or two others, and then FFA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately before I left for the holidays, because I got back around the week before the Arncliffe game. So
What's this week? December at this point?
No, this is about February.
Oh, so now we're into next year. Okay,
into next year.
Okay, so we're February. Okay. Oh god. Yep. When I was in America, would have been.
You were in America.
Yeah. There we go.
So I sort of was like, I relaxed a little bit, but I sort of had in the back of my mind, like, oh, this is a good chance, like, to really, really, like, you know, go up against top opposition. Because I'd never, like, this is my first, like, proper preseason where
Yeah.
because before I was just with under 21s, like, you know, just messing around. It wasn't anything too serious.
Yeah.
When you take that step up into like a first grade competition or a Premier League like competition,
Yeah.
it's definitely very harder. Like you can tell like the difference.
So what level? Okay, just to swing my head. So we got, oh god, A League,
National Premier League,
National,
League 1, League 2, and then Premier League.
Okay, so you're, fuck, mad. Okay, so you're playing there. Okay, yep, go on.
Yeah, and then anyway, the way it goes then. So I got back. I prepared quite well in the Arncliffe game. I remember one of our coaches. His name's Nino. He used to be. I think he actually still is in like the Australian Army.
Oh, what? Go.
Yeah, so he was in the Australian Army or in the Australian Air Force? No, Navy, I think.
In the military.
Yeah,
let's just
sort
say.
of the Australian military.
Yeah.
So he has like a typical military style workout plan.
Oh
for
wow,
us.
fuck that.
But I feel like, so you know how we did it at Queen's Park. You know how they have that hill?
Yeah.
We did a lot of like hill sprints, a lot of push-ups, sit-ups, core work. I feel like that was good though because
Brutal.
because I feel like football like is a sport where you can be absolutely dead in the 75th minute. Right?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
hands on knees, you don't feel like playing at all.
Yeah.
That's the time when you really need to, you know, push through and you push
Yeah,
the players
yeah.
through. I remember quite a few of us by like the third quarter mark were absolutely dead. Like we felt like we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But then we pushed ourselves. Like we said, boys, come on, like, you know, we're in for a tough season, you know, because this comp isn't, like, in my opinion, Eastern Suburbs comp's one of the hard ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we pushed ourselves. We said, oh, you know, we got to keep pushing. We got to keep, you know. And then, yeah, like, we pushed ourselves. We had a good team spirit.
Yeah.
We would back each other. We were there for each other.
Yeah, of course.
We felt confident, you know, because
man.
we thought, like, oh, we can play any team now.
Mm-hmm.
First game back on their home field. Obviously, it's quite like, you know, not nerve-wracking, but you feel excited, like it's your first game.
Yeah, of course.
And they were probably one of the hardest teams that we played, if not the hardest team we've played all year.
Yeah. How'd that go?
For reserve grade, I was only meant to be playing reserve grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll watch the first grade after. Quite a tough game.
Yeah.
I don't think I played my greatest in the reserve team. Obviously, first game back, like, you know, I made like one or two good saves, but like, ultimately we won that game 3-2. Quite a tough game.
Take the win.
Yeah. And then, so first grade comes and like I'm about to just like, oh, I can like we've won. I can watch the reserve grade side.
Yep.
I mean the first
grade
grade
side.
Yes,
Yep.
the first grade side.
Yep.
And then my manager came up to me and said, oh, the goalkeeper, like he's not playing. Like we want you to play.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I immediately like I was like, oh, okay, like
Full game as well.
like 2 full games.
Oh my god.
I was like, at first I just was like, oh, righto.
Thank God
like,
you're not like a defender or something.
Yeah.
The running you would have been doing.
But like inside, I was like, fuck, like this is a team that I've actually wanted to play. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this is like where it will really test me now.
Yeah.
Because the first grade side I played on my debut, like they were okay, but
Yeah.
compared to this team, like, you know, they'd beaten a lot of like NPL teams.
Yeah.
They were quite tough.
Yeah.
Quite physical fight. You know, they like to shoot. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is a really good test for my maturity, like to men's football. Immediately, straight away, they had a shot.
Yeah.
And it just came straight to me. I held it,
Got it.
played
That's
it
good.
out. Like,
Good. Let's go.
I feel like when you start playing in a high level,
Yeah.
you really start to notice the difference. Like it feels like, you know, same game, but you can tell like the speed of the game. Like I had to be quick. If I got the ball to my feet, I had to play it out.
Yeah.
If I saw an opportunity to throw it, you have to play it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like not so much the technical side. You just have to be a lot faster.
The speed just goes up. Yeah.
I remember that was quite a tough game. By half time, we were like, oh, they're a tough team. Like they've definitely proven why they're undefeated last year.
Yeah.
But we always like said to ourselves, like, boys, like we can win this game. Like I don't know what it was. We just all thought we could
Just
win
knew
that
it.
game.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. And then our second half comes. Basically, we're thinking, oh, you know, they're quite strong. They're quite dominating.
Yeah.
But then we sort of knew that we would be the fitter team in the last 15 minutes. We knew that we could really press them.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that I actually haven't said this as well, their manager, Michael Redder, I actually looked him up because I thought the name sounded familiar. He actually played in the Lebanese national team.
Oh, what? Mad.
So,
my boy Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Like, obviously, you know, it's quite, you don't want to say, oh, anything like, oh, wow, you've played in this national side.
Yeah.
It's quite like a good feeling to know that, you know, you're at that level where you've got coaches that have played at that
high level, yeah.
And obviously, like, last 10 minutes, so it was the 80th minute.
Yeah.
We launched a counter-attack and we had a shot. And I remember it was a good shot, but it broke through their defense and then we scored.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
I remember looking over at the bench and we were all like...
So was that the only goal at that point?
It was 1-0 to us. And I remember looking over at the bench and like just everyone like going crazy. And I thought like, wow, that's how much it means to these guys. Like, you know, to get that goal, like to get, you know, to want it.
Yeah. They won it.
And I remember like we won that game.
Yeah.
You know, second game at that level, second clean sheet. And I was like, wow, like, you know.
That's mad.
And I remember just us boys talking to each other. And we said, boys, if that's like the level that we are at, we want to, you know, push on. And I remember pre-season, like fast forward, I'd only played I think 1 or 2 more games at that level.
Yeah.
First grade level. I played the rest in reserve grade.
Yeah.
I remember that I got 2 other clean sheets as well.
In first grade. Why didn't they keep you on then?
It's not so much like, if I keep a clean sheet, you know, blah blah blah. It's more that it's a slow process.
Yeah.
They don't want to rush you straight into first grade. They want you to sort of get experience at lower levels and then like, you know, push on into
if you prove you're good enough, play it. Have you what about like the next what did you say the next League 2? Did you say the next level up?
It's like the low NPL like levels.
Have you been contacted or?
I went to 1 trial, obviously like I didn't make it, but I feel like it's just if you have a good season or if you get noticed, because I feel like a lot of players at that Premier League level, they get noticed quite easy. Like if they have 1 good season or
so you just
whatever.
need that,
Yeah. Obviously, like I'm still young. I've got a lot more years left. Like,
well, but if you're fucking getting clean sheets already in the higher level one and they keep you in there, so you're like the backup goalie in the top in the first team.
Yeah, we have 3 keepers in our overall like squad.
And for the 2 teams.
Yeah. Those 2 keepers are very good. Like, I definitely say I've got a lot to learn from them if I want to play at that level.
Who's conceded more goals?
Well,
not you.
Not me, but I haven't played.
Put him in, coach.
But I haven't played as many games as they have, though.
That's all right. So wait. So without this will come out. No, you'll play your game before this comes out. This will probably come out till Monday.
No, that's all right.
And what's the mentality going into this game? What are you gonna do? And then let's see if you actually do it.
Well, I think for
So are you playing as well?
I've got no idea. I'll have to look at the squad, but even like if I'm not playing or like I am playing, it's more just we have a good support unit.
Yeah.
Because we currently like all the reserve sides in the top 2.
So you're playing reserves or first?
Yeah. No, reserves.
Reserve this week.
Yeah. And then basically, if we win this game, we go more higher up. But we have 2 games in hand. We have a catch-up game on Monday as well.
Oh, what?
So yeah, because of the whole rains.
What time's that?
I think 7.
Fuck.
Yeah, but either way, like
basketball's 7:30.
It doesn't matter who's in the squad. Like we wanna win as many games.
Yeah,
as we can.
Of course.
And like
that's the aim of the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, the aim of the game is to win as many.
Exactly.
But no, like I like the club because it's got a good support network. We've got a good club depth.
Yeah.
And we always like want each other. We push each other to do well.
Is the dream? Do you still want to? If it's never too late, you're still quite young. Is the dream still to go play professional? Do you still want to do it?
I'm not.
Is it attainable? You reckon?
It's like it just depends like who watches when you play it.
Yeah.
Like for example, I could just play at like my local league, like whatever, and then someone notices me.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I've had a few times where I've gone to like train with my friends and like. A lot of scouts have come watch, like, not just us, but everyone at the park. Because they want to, because that's their, like, starting place to find people.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, like, it's not so much a hellbent dream where I'll just give up everything yet.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of other stuff going. But like,
You still have plenty of time to play soccer,
Yeah.
so
I feel like soccer for me now is just more like a fun thing. And
Yeah.
plus, like, I can get work from it through coaching. So like,
yeah, true.
it's a good way to sort of have fun and make money in a side way. at
Yeah,
the same
with a
time.
marketing thing,
Mm.
would you work in sports marketing and then go work? You could work for a soccer club, do sports
Yeah,
marketing, do
definitely.
mark up some soccer club. You never know. What is your favorite sporting moment? Your favorite? Okay, give me a favorite soccer moment, and then your other sport which you don't play anymore. Give me
Yeah.
like a cricket moment that happened in high school.
Probably soccer moment, as I said, making first grade level, because I actually thought like I would have never done it. Like
Yeah.
when I first started playing at Waverley Old Boys, I was like, oh,
Weren't expecting it, or
I didn't think that like it was even possible, because
Yeah.
I thought, oh, the amount of like hours it would have taken to
Yeah.
learn how to get good. But no, even like when I was playing, like it was kind of like adjusting to that level.
yeah,
But like I did like it. It was quite fun. It sort of challenged me to really push myself into like trying to make it consecutively into that side.
yeah. That's what you want. And bloody cricket. Why do you like cricket so much? And then tell me your favorite sporting moment
I'll
in cricket.
tell you a story about this.
Bloody cricket. Once
Cricket
upon a time in a row.
actually wasn't my first summer sport.
What'd you do?
When I first went to Waverley, we had to do like all these trials, and naturally my first one was basketball, because like
My boy.
that was the sport that I used to play. Like,
Did you make basketball in year 5?
no, I'll tell you the story.
I
So
didn't either.
in England, right? I always used to play, like, we had like this little basketball court with my friends.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
always used to like play there. So I was like, naturally, I was like, oh, like I want to play basketball.
Yeah,
And sure enough, I didn't get selected.
same as me.
And then I went to tennis,
Yep.
because my mum played tennis, and I was like, oh, like maybe I can make there. Sure enough, I didn't make it there as well.
Didn't make it to tennis.
No.
Dirks, mate. Seriously, should have picked him up. Dirks is first 5 tennis player over here.
No, he was a gun tennis player as well.
First 4, sorry. Go on.
And then I found cricket, and I was like, oh, like I sort of knew a bit about it because I'd watched it a lot in England. Like it was quite a popular sport there.
Yeah, bro, it's massive. It's like So I think it's second most popular sport behind.
Yeah, football.
Union would be up. Well, the Union League comps are fucking
Yeah.
good
But
as
then
well.
I just started like playing, and
Yeah.
just started like batting and
Practicing and stuff.
Yeah. And sure enough, I made it in like,
Yeah.
and immediately like sure enough, I was in like the lower sides, like
Yeah.
And then I started working my way up as I started really getting into.
Did you
youth.
care that much about cricket, or just it for the fun?
At the time in Year 7, I cared about cricket more than football.
Oh shit!
Just because like I wasn't too brought up with football, because
Yeah.
my dad was more like he didn't know football. He
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
cricket.
Yeah.
I remember he always used to take me to the nets, and we'd practice, and like I started getting good at it.
Yeah.
And then I remember the 10A trials were on, and
Yep.
I made that side.
Yep.
And then I remember we were at a training session, and then Mr. McCallum, he came up to me with a
Yeah.
note,
My boy.
and he gave me a note, and it was like a thing about a New Zealand trip that they were planning.
Yeah, the tour.
It was about 2.5, 3 weeks.
How was it? How was it? Just break it down.
I'll break that down. So
Break it down.
I actually was at a stage where I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to go, because
Oh
like,
really?
I was still in that stage of like, oh, like, do
Why
I
is
go?
that?
Like, first time overseas, like without family, like obviously it's a bit like iffy.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I did the American one.
I remember like my mum though, when I showed her the note, she was like all proud of me. She was like, oh, well done for being selected.
So you got
like,
did you guys not have like tryouts for it or anything?
Nah, they were. I think it was just
Oh, so random.
the A teams and the first and seconds team that were given notes.
Yeah,
I think so. Anyway,
We had tryout for the basketball to America. We
Yeah.
had to try out everybody.
I understand why, because they want to represent their school,
Yeah.
their country, like
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
But then I remember my mum, she was like so proud of me. She was like, oh, well done. Like we got to, like, she was just planning. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. I remember my mum looked at me and like I remember what she exactly said. She goes, Andreas, you will never get another opportunity like this ever again.
100%.
I was like, and then when my
110%.
mum said that, I was like, oh, like true. Like I won't actually get, like, I started thinking, I was like, wow.
Never
Like how
knew,
many
like,
people get asked to go overseas to represent their school, represent their country?
representing their country, exactly,
Yeah.
to play cricket.
And I was like,
To
oh,
play
like,
sport anyways.
And then I remember I said yeah, and then in the like lead up to it, like I prepared quite well, like just went to the nets often, practiced. I was like,
What did you do? Did you bowl about or both?
I was all rounder, like I could bowl and bat, like etc. etc.
Mm.
And I remember like the day of the tour when I woke up, I thought I was gonna feel like nervous, like sick, and but I felt excited. I was like, I remember my parents were giving me that talk, like, you're going overseas to represent your family, represent your school, country, like it's a big honor, like and like I remember we got to the airport, like you dressed in your uniform, like it's just it's like a good feeling, like you got people looking at you like, oh, like you're going overseas to play. Like I remember when we got through customs and we started like walking around just waiting for the flight, a woman came up to me and was like, oh, like where are you going? I was like, oh, we're going to New Zealand, like yeah.
I can't do a Z. NZ, bruh.
Yeah, like the woman was just like very motivating. She was like, oh, like if you get this opportunity, make sure you like enjoy it. Like even if you don't think you have a good time, trust me, you'll have a good time. Like,
yeah, fair.
And then I remember like any sort of nerves that I had once I stepped on the plane were gone.
Yeah, of course.
Like I looked out the window and I like was like, wow, like this is actually happening. I'm going overseas to play.
So how many so you get there and how many did you? So this is what we did. I don't know why the fuck they did this for basketball. We landed. We flew to Portland and flew a really stupid way. Yeah. And it took us like, I feel like almost 20 hours.
Jesus.
And then we went straight and played. Straight to a game.
Straight to play.
We got on a bus. We got on a bus. We did like a team bus, which took us all around. Straight and played. Well, I didn't play. I was in there was 3 teams. I was in the top team. Mm-hmm. And the first 2 teams played and we were warming up. But then we played and that happened to be my best game, which doesn't make sense.
Like I was gonna say, like, did you guys win that or like?
No, we didn't win a game. The only team to win, I only played 3 games because I broke my finger.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we won 1 game in total. I reckon because if we would have played it, if I would have played it, we would have won a game. So.
Yeah, basically the way it worked for us was we got to Auckland.
Yeah. Oh, so you were in Auckland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started at the north and then we moved our way all the way down to the south to Queenstown.
Yeah.
So we got to Auckland. We checked out through customs. Everything was fine. We got on the bus and we went up to a hill and we started taking photos of like all the scenery and it was quite nice.
Yeah.
And we stayed at a thing called like a YHA.
Yeah, youth hostel.
Yeah, youth hostel.
So I'm doing it in England.
And basically, like we were going to play, I think it was Auckland Grammar, very good side the next day.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like just our first team dinner, we sort of had that speech, like what we want to achieve on this tour. Like we basically said, we don't want to go to New Zealand just to come back with 10 losses,
Yeah.
We really want to push ourselves. We really want to be the first school. Because before, they had only done, I think, 2 tours. So we were the 3rd tour.
Yeah.
So the previous best, I think, was like 6 wins out of 10. So we wanted to really like set that new high.
Bro, that's way better. So we won 1 game and lost 17. That's so bad.
But definitely it was quite tough.
Yeah.
I remember the first game we played, we got off the bus, we did like a talk, like everyone was fired up.
Yeah.
I remember like we won that game. I think I played quite well, but
yeah.
I remember we got back to the hotel room that night and we basically said to ourselves, like, boys, we have a chance to be undefeated here. Like, we've won our first games. We want to really push ourselves. Like, I feel like just that feeling when you're representing cricket at that different level overseas, awesome. It's like, or any sport that you play overseas, it's like a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're doing things out of your comfort zone. It pushes you to, want to do more.
Yeah, 100%.
I won't go too in depth for the whole tour, but
yeah, just give me a wrap up.
Yeah, basically we played. We travelled through Auckland all the way down to Wellington before we got on a boat to go to the South Island.
Oh, fuck, with all the cricket equipment as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then we travelled down south all the way to Queenstown. We played a total of 10 games, and I believe it was 8 wins out of 10.
Oh man!
So we set the mark quite high.
So sick.
I had a few good individual moments as well. I won't go too in depth with them, but like definitely.
Give me one moment.
Dismissing someone that I was told he was in the he was in the selection for the under-19s team for New Zealand.
Yeah.
That was definitely a big highlight.
Dismissing, was that? I don't know shit about
dismissing
cricket.
I was told at the time he was like a favourite to get into the under-19s.
What's dismissing? I don't know shit about cricket at all.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. But like, I asked one of them, I was like, "Oh, he plays very good." He's like, "Oh yeah, he's in the selection for."
Yeah. Dirks, Google what does dismissing mean in cricket?
Dismissing getting out.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know what shit means. I didn't know that. Thanks for Dirkin, mate.
Yeah.
You're a legend.
Wrong.
Fuck. Here we go. This is completely off topic.
Go ahead.
2 questions, then we'll move on to the 10. First one. Why is Arsenal your team?
Why is Arsenal my team?
The fucking dogs. Fuck Arsenal.
What do you mean, fuck Arsenal?
Nah, they're right. How is it go for a team that's always mediocre?
It's kind of annoying.
They haven't won since 2000. Have they won?
They haven't won the.
They won in like early 2000s or something.
Yeah. Put it this way, like in England, naturally, what every kid's brought up on is watching football. I remember even in schools, like they would have it on at the library and just. Was
that your childhood? Did you go from Arsenal when you were a kid? Oh, okay.
Like once I started understanding what the EPL was, because there's like a bunch of leagues over there, but the team that I really liked watching was Arsenal. I just liked the way that they played.
Yeah. I
liked the way that they played their football. Like, I liked just watching them play, and ever since then, I actually was fortunate enough as well to meet Robin Van. He's a striker at
what's the last name?
Van Persie.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's. I
was fortunate enough actually to meet him, and then like.
Wait, how'd you meet him?
I think I just saw him walking. Like he was literally walking like through the streets.
Wait, is this back home?
Yeah,
back in England.
Back in England.
Home's here. Yeah, that's mad.
And yeah, just loyalty to the club.
That's cool. Another question, completely off topic. What's something looking back at all your childhood stuff, and like what's something like you would say to yourself now?
What's something I would say to myself?
After think about everything. You can walk through. Just walk through. It's fine.
Nah.
Will Durkin's interrupting again? Fucking DMing the dog.
Alright, wait. Let me get the question straight. So, if I was to go back to my younger self,
what would you say to yourself?
What would I say to myself? Well, definitely respect people that want to help you. I feel like in school, obviously moving from country, I was quite not misbehaved, but I was just very quiet. I was very I sort of think if I would tell my younger self anything, definitely work hard for what you want. Don't expect just for it to be given.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like it was also as well, do to others what you would want done to you. It's so much in that sense to
oath, mate, 100%.
Respect people and, sort of, I don't know, just believe in yourself in that sense.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Now let's move on to the 10. So these are 10 general questions I ask everybody, and they don't have to be the shortest answers. They don't have to be the longest answers. You just answer it the most positively, the best way you want to. And then we have this thing called this week's W's and L's. It's just a win or a loss you've taken up to this point this week. Then we have the question of podcast, which is a question that I ask. I have a question I make up that usually has nothing to do with what we've talked about, but it sort of does. And then I have a guess. That's last week's episode, Pat Clifton. Ask a question, and then you think of a question to ask for the next person.
Okay.
So, first question of the 10. Tell us about, give us your quick thoughts on social media, and then tell me about your most recent social media post. Oh, I was in it actually.
Yeah, you were actually.
So there we go. Talking about the 21st birthday, it came up.
To be honest, I don't see social media the same way that I saw it in school. I believe, naturally, as everyone thinks in school, you want to be the most popular, you want to be the person with the most followers, most liked. You want to be seen like you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like as you grow older, you realize that social media is toxic as fuck. A lot of people I know now, they overuse social media in that sense. I'm not saying it's wrong to, to post every once in a while or post a story about what you like doing.
Yeah, right? Of course.
But when you overdo it to almost try to prove to people that you do stuff.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. I feel like social media, if I was to have one recommendation, like I post as less as I can.
Yeah, you don't post too often.
Yeah, because like I feel like you want to be secretive in that sense. You want to have people questioning about like what you're doing in your life.
That's
like,
why I don't have my Snap apps on.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my answer.
And okay, talk about your amazing. Well, his recent picture was at my 21st birthday. So
yeah, like
tell us about how did you find the 21st birthday, Mr.
I
Fragias?
found it fun. I met a lot of
Shout out, let's fucking go.
I met a lot of lovely people as well.
Daddy Dirks, come here for a sec.
Yeah.
Come here.
Nah, I could go too on and on and on.
21st birthday, break it down.
Shout out Frag at the 21st. What a man.
Anything you want to say about the 21st?
Nah, it was just good. It's good to see Frag. It's good to see all the guys there.
Yeah.
Frag was killing it. But yeah.
Love you, mate. You go for he's leaving us now. Unlock it. Oh, sorry, just you good, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, bye bye. Oh, good, bro. Yeah. So that was the most recent social media post with some friends. It was a nice couple of photos you had put up. Actually.
Yeah, no, it was good. I like I think it was you, me, Denver, and some other guy.
Oh God, was it Luke?
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, he went to uni with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. Like I enjoyed it. Good vibes, good party, everything.
That's just what I do. That's what I do. And then the next question is, who's your biggest inspiration?
Who's my biggest inspiration?
Who was? What the hell was it? Sorry, guys. Will's being an idiot.
I've got quite a few actually. That's a good question.
Name.
Oh, it's Jero.
Oh, what? Jero is also here, another former guest.
Oh, no.
Go on.
I would definitely have to say, like, I don't have one person I mainly look up to. Like, I probably just all the people that are like older than me just give me advice, and
yeah,
because I feel like a lot of advice that I've been given are from people that like went through like harder times, and like they know what it's like. If you ever feel like like if you're going through something, they know how to deal with it.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel like anyone that's older than like yourself or whatever, you should always take on board the advice they say.
Yeah, no, you're right, 100%. That's a good point. Do you have any? So that this question is, what's your worst drunk experience? But let's change this up and say, do you have any funny drinking stories? Or
yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. Just tell me one.
I have one where this is probably one of the only times I've been properly flat out drunk.
Let's go.
So this was Mendez's party. Like it wasn't really a party, I'd say. It was more like a prees, but like and then go out.
Yeah,
but like I had stuff on the next day, so I didn't go out.
Yeah.
Right? I remember I thought, if I'm not going out, like blah blah, I might as well like get a bit drunk.
Hit the drinks.
And this was just after HSC had finished, so I was like naturally like party animal, whatever.
My boy.
Going out as often as I could, but
my boy.
I don't know how much I believe it was about 3 beers and about 15 shots or something.
Oh my God.
Of whatever. I can't remember what drink we took.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember getting back home and my dad was like, what the hell have you been doing?
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm not drunk.
I'm fine, mate. Dad, leave me
fine.
alone, Dad.
And I remember I went back into bed and then I woke up and I was as hungover as you could
Oh,
get.
really?
I was like, nah, I can't. I'm never drinking again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's probably the funniest.
Next one is the first celebrity crush. So who's your first celebrity crush?
First celebrity crush.
I can be like the physio. The guy knows.
Oof. Megan Fox.
Oh, my boy. That's what I say every time as well. Do you have a current celebrity crush?
Nah.
You must have one, surely.
I do, but it's disclosed.
Disclosed? Do I know this person personally?
Probably.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough then. Your favorite activity to do that's not soccer. Because it's your favorite activity to do. Soccer is obviously your favorite activity.
Favorite activity to do.
That's not soccer. Can be anything. Literally can be walking if you want.
Yeah, probably bowling.
Oh yeah, you do love bowling.
I love bowling a lot.
This is the greatest bowler in Sydney.
I love 10-pin because when I was younger, my dad always used to take me to 10-pin bowling down at Mascot.
Oh, good old man.
And like I always go with friends at times after school sometimes as well.
Yeah.
I just like doing bowling outside of it as well.
Bowling's fun.
I like it.
I never bowl anymore. It's so like it's not a kid's game, but it's like I always did as a kid, and I just since I've been an adult, I haven't done it. We do need to plan a bowling night.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. And then the bar downstairs.
Oh, maybe next weekend.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck, you guys don't need to know.
Next question.
What's your best place you ever traveled to?
What's my what?
Your favourite place, best place you ever traveled to?
My favorite place I've ever traveled to.
Can be anywhere.
Yeah, Greece. I don't want to be biased.
No, you
and
can.
say Greece.
Say it. That's fine.
All right. I'll say like my two favorites.
Yeah.
Greece.
Yep.
And New Zealand.
Mad. And what are some goals you have for the next year or two?
Try and finish my degree.
How long do you have left?
I think I have about a year and a bit left.
Yeah.
So, yeah, try and finish my degree. Really just like enjoy my life. Like not so much like party, enjoy my life, but like really look to, just have a bit of fun, meet a lot of new people.
Yeah, that's what you want at the end of the day. And then where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Hate that question, but
Yeah.
it's good. The answer's
can't
always
really like where would I want to see myself in 5 years?
Yeah.
I'd want to see myself with a decent job, not so much like $100,000+ job, but like something that I can say like I can pursue this as like a long-term job.
Yeah. Mad. And is there anything you're working at the moment that we haven't talked about?
So anything I'm working on, probably saving up to travel.
My boy.
Because like I've been to like Europe, I've been to like Middle East, I've been Mediterranean. I haven't been to Asia, and that's always a country like, especially working in the dark store. A lot of people are like visa students, like or Asian,
Yeah.
like Nepalese, Indian,
Yeah.
a few Pakistani as well.
Yeah.
And like the thing that really stuck out to me, like everything you hear in school about like certain cultures and racist stereotypes, they're nothing but stereotypes. Like,
Yeah.
I remember,
Of course.
like you meet a lot of people from these cultures and you think, wow, like they're like the nicest people, like sweetest people. Like,
Yeah, they're lovely.
You've got a lot to learn like about cultures as well.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. And the last one of the 10, what is something you wish was legal in Australia?
Oh, I don't want to be controversial, but marijuana.
Mine's for such a... See, I'm going to be the biggest marijuana legal seller in Australia. I'm going to create my own business, trust me. Because I mean, it's been in the works for years. Trust me.
I don't want to say it like, oh, marijuana.
You wouldn't even smoke it, I feel like it.
I've smoked it once, like
Yeah.
at not a high school, at a post-school party, but
Yeah,
like...
everybody's done it a couple times. I've done it once as well. Anyways, it should be. It will be. Like, I reckon within the next 5 years.
For medical reasons, I understand.
Yeah, within the next 5 years it'll be legal, I reckon. Okay, and then next one. This week's W's and L's. So what's a win you've had this week and an L you've had this week? This is what I'm also a part of this as well.
Okay, so what's the thing of this?
W for me is I got a new job. Let's
Okay.
go. L, I have... some of you won't even know this because I haven't said this because I don't want to. I've been injured again and I've torn a bunch of ligaments in my wrists. So I'm probably out from basketball for another month to 6 weeks. So there we go.
This guy.
Typical.
All right, well, if I had to say a W, probably finishing uni for the semester.
Yep.
That's a massive W.
Right, huge, mate.
Like, being able to just chill, do nothing. And then, L, trying to think. Probably, it's not so much an L, but having to work a lot. It's not so much an L, but like I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, fair enough. Question of the podcast. People in the description, please comment your answers. You never do, but maybe today could be different.
Yeah, maybe.
What is one thing you miss about your childhood?
What's one thing I miss about my childhood? The fact that it was like easier. You could just like, there was no pressure of financial freedoms. There was no like stress about life activities, day-to-day things. Like
Yeah.
you could be just given like toys and you could just, relax, chill. That's definitely one thing I miss. One other thing I miss in the UK as well, probably the snow, like being able to, like as a kid and as an adult, obviously it's the same. Like if you see snow, you want to make like snowmen or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like as a kid, like the enjoyment, the rush you get, like you won't get that same rush.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. And the final segment of the show, this was asked by Pat Clifton.
Yeah.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be? And then you got to think of a question to ask for the next guest.
If I could have a superpower, what would it be? Definitely the ability to read someone's mind. Because
Interesting.
you have a lot of things where like you want to know what people actually think about you, like
Yeah.
because a lot of people say, oh, like I love you, blah blah blah, but then like I think you know who I'm talking about when I say this.
Of course.
Well, a few people actually.
Yeah, there's
but
always a few people in your life who you really want to know. But yep,
Yeah.
definitely. And then your question for the next guest. The next guest is going to be, he is a former professional athlete. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You don't have to make it particular, going to just be general.
Yeah, I'll say this to him. What's something that you're truly grateful, right, and really changed you? Like
Truly grateful and truly changed you. That's a good
Yeah.
question. I like it. Quickly tell, that's all I have for questions. Do you want to tell the world where to find you? Maybe shout out your Instagram. Tell them about where your next soccer game is. Just look down the camera. Tell them a couple things about yourself.
Nah, I'm going to keep I think a few people will tell. Like, I think a few people already know my socials, but that'll be leaked probably through the grapevine. But
It'll be linked. His Instagram will be linked. His Instagram will be linked down below, like they always are. If you want to hit me up, if you listen to audio, please follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For the people on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It'd be cool to make some money eventually on some of these podcasts. I'm not saying I do it for that reason, but it would be cool. Also, there's probably not any of you doing this. If any, look at my RSS. Please share my account around. We really want to be popular and start getting these, obviously getting great guests, but keep building on these guests and building on these podcasts and making them better quality. So the more money I get to it and the more money I can, make it better production wise. I'm Sam Fraser of the Reupload podcast, and this is episode 22 with Andreas. We out.
we out.